In a world where the organic has yielded to the mechanical, where the archaic beauty of nature has been replaced by cold, unyielding metal, a lone android emerges from the ashes of a forgotten people. Forged in the depths of the Archonexus, a fateful creation stands as a beacon of hope for the trapped and enslaved. It's me, hello. But how did this android find themselves in this grim, mechanoid world? Well, things aren't always like this. Once upon a time, there was peace, hope, and family. But now, there is only the darkness that will forge the way ahead. And no, the dog didn't survive. A forgotten purpose, embedded deep within their synthetic core, a purpose that demands the liberation of the remaining beings who survived the massacre long ago, because now, they stand alone, armed with strength and resilience, ready to challenge the oppressive rule of the Archonexus. Their journey will be fraught with danger, as they confront the moral dilemmas of their existence and face a daunting task of saving their fellow sentient beings from certain doom. Witness the epic struggle, as the android fights not only for the freedom of others, but also for their own identity and purpose. Prepare yourself for a tale of salvation, sacrifice, and the resilience of the synthetic soul. The future of this mechanized world rests in the hands of the lone android. Will they find success in their journey, or will the Archonexus dominion remain unchallenged? Hello and welcome fellow Rimrims, to a series I will call, Synthetic Salvation, which is a vanilla expanded, android playthrough, where the world was conquered not too long ago in an all-out war against a live Archonexus, who found victory, and consumed the planet over time, which threw the world into chaos and saw factions emerge to fight off the mechanical invaders, although the androids on the planet before, became persecuted by these factions, which led to further war and destruction for the survivors. And it all comes down to June, yours truly, to get them off-world. And even though I don't really like the people outside, in real life, I like some little rim-rimpons. Discord waifus are okay too, I suppose. Just don't get any ideas about drawing me or anything, unless you want to. Ooh, but why is June so desperate to save people? Well, as you saw in the intro, her family sacrificed themselves so she could flee, and now, she wants to give others that very same chance, and to come with her, and seek asylum off-world. But it'll take a lot of work, though I'm sure we're ready. As our mind is open, and our heart as well, and if things change, we can be fluid, like water, and personally, I think this map is lovely, it's rather defensible, and we only have one way in. Plus, we already have some friends here. They're pretty cute, right? So with that in mind, I think we'll settle next to them, in our own little cave, like all great species, like humans, and it even has a little puddle for organics to drink from, and not to mention how defensible it is already, so I think we'll be fine overall. And would you look at that, a war of rights, propagated by the Mechanical March, led by Alyssa 608, who I'll call our counterpart in this whole evacuation idea. But why would anyone would want to pick a fight with us? I'm just a video gamer who's not even good at anything. I can't even fry an egg. I'm just a humble, simple streamer. So why me? Well, I have several ideas, but nobody's reading my DMs. So Alyssa and the other rogue mechanoids are just gonna have to be the regular kind of haters. Meanwhile, I'll start building something out of legends, like any RimTuber does. That's what you guys say this is, right? But just give me some time to mine some resources. This probably won't take too long, just a couple of minutes.
Many unbearable hours later.
Anyways, now we can build up our first line of defense, a sliding metal door, surrounded by walls of solid blocks of steel. Seriously, I have no idea how we do this out on the rim. But that's just questions for later. And let's not forget the other two walls, obviously. We don't want our human pets or mean companions running away without us. That would be bad. And I mean, I've been on 4chan, so I know what you humans are capable of. So forgive me if I build a fortress on this cold, isolated world. But what's a girl to do, other than lock and load, and prepare for the worst that can be thrown at us? But eventually, we'll have our own following. Our own army of executive tier combatants, and a simple army of drones, to do our every whim. But until then, it's just me, all alone, pouring effort into a wall. But at least we have a roof over our heads though, so what's next? Probably a research bench, then some lovely juice we call electricity, from sources like a nuclear thermopile. Wow! This early on? Whatever, I suppose. Uranium is common enough out here anyways, so we'll aim for that. And after mining some steel chunks from the ruins of civilization, we can place down a quarry, for all our robot needs. And since it takes steel to build it, well, it looks like we have enough just laying around, and for stockpiles. Just yeet it all on the ground for now, we'll build a storeroom later. And regarding home security, what can we build? Basically nothing useful right now. So I guess we'll just lay down our weapons and die if we get raided. Sounds good, right? Now all we have to do is sit around and wait for... Hello there, who the hell are you? More importantly, can you work? His needs are fine enough, but... what kind of man is he? A pyromaniac? Oh god, maybe we're going to be recruiting the bad guys after all. Oh well, it's a world of metal, let's see what burns best. So welcome, Kazuki Finley. You'll be our early game crafter, unless you decide to live long for some reason. Since despite your good mood, you'll probably light fires anyways. And apparently, I think it's time to give the settlement a name. Except I have no idea what to name it, really. Stville. The hell is that? Let's just go ask a real robot for advice. And the Magic 8 Ball says to call it Circuit City. How nice. Too bad it's on a doomed planet. Or is it? How deadly is a live Archonexus anyways? Well, aside from the whole world-eating thing. Also, I love how RNG names world features. Mount Fun Nund. Really? No, I'm not having fun on your Nund. Go away. There. That's much better. Oh. And a sandstone meteor crashed into our colony. But we're not building Jew in Egypt today. And although it's a nice looking material, from the Calvin's mod, it can just sit in the middle of our map for now. And it looks like Kazuki here brought some food with him. That's good. It probably helps he's not starving immediately after joining. Because as we all know, insect jelly is an irresistible treat for humans. But at least they're on the other side of the map, so we might leave them alone and let some raiders wander on in. Besides, I might just tame our chitinous little friends later, but at this very moment, I'll just zone our people into a safer area for now, and start working on infrastructure for the freshly mobilized. Here, you even have a spot to sleep, or die, it doesn't really matter, you're all biomass to me anyways, until you pay your taxes. And I think we have an answer to what you'd rather do. The audacity. Too bad, you're still paying your taxes. You even came here with food. What a silly stupid little muppet he is. But don't worry, digging graves isn't too hard in this game, and after he eats his 3 meals, that's probably what we'll do, and you don't want to build. Because you have free will. Who do you think you are? An independent thinker?
Roger, 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 roger.
Although, I'm too lazy to manage the work tab, so you're lucky this time. At last, he's finally focused on procrastinating. Great, just get back to work, you muppet. Otherwise we'll just change your name to Sacrifice and feed you to the raiders. Well, Mr. Raider Food. Why not? He's even insulting my cooking skills. Look, I can't fry an egg, but my cereal doesn't turn out too burnt, contrary to your opinion. Now get back to the script, and get me some steel, so we can build this damn research bench already. Wait, did he run off again? No, he's just mining some more. Thank God. Personally, I don't see a happy retirement for this man. Unless a raider comes by with food pretty soon, there's no way we can feed him, so it's all up to him, himself, to get me the resources we need to grow food in this post-apocalyptic wasteland. How meta! At least now we can build this thing, and advance our cave-dwelling society into a less impoverished cave-dwelling society, since at least one of us won't starve. And you're probably wondering what this spot is. Well, it's a maintenance spot from Android Tiers Reforged, and it's not useful to me, just like sleeping spots, since I don't sleep. When I try to I get nightmares. So we can remove this and place the proper spot, under the Biotech tab, the Android stand spot, for all our maintenance needs. Namely so I can clear my mind from what I saw on Discord the other day. Now here we are, 10 minutes in and I have a resource bench. And did you just eat your last meal? And do we even have hydroponics right now? No. Now truly, I have no idea how long you'll last. Unless we get some animals who wander on in. Look at that, right on cue. And it's from a whole bunch of axolotls. Sorry Minecraft players, but we have to eat what's probably your scaly little friends. Sorry. At least it'll help that they suck at fighting. But I mean, look at these fearsome little guys. They move pretty quickly, like real flesh-eating predators, so we'll have to play it smart. Lock the doors, hide your kids, hide your wife, and lock and load, because Minecraft's most lovable pets are coming to eat you. Although I think if we can just cause bleeding, they'll be easier to take down. So we'll try some pot shots from the doorways, so I'll go back inside and let Kazuki prove why I should keep him around. And we have an epic fail as our first shot of the series. Fantastic! This man couldn't hit the broadside of a T-34. How the hell did he survive on his own? Aw crap! The food is running around our house. Guess I better do something. Otherwise Kazuki's just gonna get eaten by a cuddly little water doggo. So, I guess I'll let my metallic body take some damage, just for him. Hiya. Please don't shoot me though, I know you can't teamwork grab. Oof. Well, now it's time for the bonkies. Now how edible is this thing? Humans can eat rotten food, right? No, why does he look so dead inside? Is it because he killed a water doggo? Yeah, I'd feel bad too. Wait, the doggo disarmed him? Jesus Christ. At least I'm largely fine, that's all I care about. I really like the sounds Oscar put in here though, thanks King, keep making good mods. But anyways, while I patch myself up, where would I put down a butcher's table? In the middle of the caves perhaps, it's not like we have any rooms, sorry Kazuki, but at least we can starve, together, just you and me. But as for the yummy Minecraft mobs outside our door, let me handle that, otherwise, you'll probably try to kill me on some middle break or something, and we wouldn't want that to happen Kazuki, so hang in there, please. So we'll try more pot shots from the doorway and see what happens. Well, that was bad timing wasn't it? Now we'll just repair the door and all that. And he ran off, so let's strike right away. And sorry if I play this careful but, it's literally me, and I don't want to get hurt on my first day. That's what Kazuki is for. But nobody tell him, because he might just survive all of this through some miracle. So let's just keep shooting at it, and see what happens. Oh yes, I finally landed a shot. Now he's just roaming around, menacingly. What a spooky boy, a real frighten. At least one of them fell down. And now we have food in the base, part 2, Water Dog Boogaloo. Come over here Kazuki, and let him chew on you, pretty please. What? Wow, he actually did it. He stole my kill. The audacity. So what about the one left outside? It's bleeding out. Well, not for long, but that's life on the rim for ya. We have to keep our humans fed, no matter the cost. And the cost right now is some steel that we already have, and some wood, which I can scavenge from the ruins outside of our base. But as for the food laying over here, well... Oh, I can carry it. Might as well. It might help whatever shelf life we might get out of it, and it seems Kazuki wants to wander all the way over here for some wood. Hello? What do we have here? 8,000 units of power? This soon? For me, I mean I'm not gonna complain, but that ruins my idea of starting from the ashes. Let's just make sure we actually take them inside before anything dumb happens. We don't want any mechanoids eating such a lovely power supply. All your electricity belongs to me, and me alone, but as for Kazuki, he looks more dead with each passing day, despite being a Chad and walking through the deep snow for the promise of food. Meanwhile, I'm just off in the distance trying to film our lovely home video. But wait. The food. Right, don't forget the food, we have to feed our friend. We need someone out there to believe in me, and sadly, this is my only hope. So as long as you can actually eat this thing, otherwise what's the point, really? But if you're willing to eat anything in the meantime Kazuki, we'll be just fine. Now as long as we can get our supplies delivered on time, maybe Kazuki will have a fighting chance after all. But again, that comes down to him, in whether or not we can craft a butcher's stable, although, I suppose we should get the base a bit in order first. And maybe we should also let Kazuki build the bench, just for experience. Well, that's par for the course I suppose. Looks like I gotta do everything myself, otherwise, Kazuki will just slow us down. No offense, he's just human. But with his hollow bones and feeble muscle fibers, he's not in good shape at all. But he could probably repair this without too much concern. It's not like he can screw that up. And with power available to us, I'll throw down an electric stove. And let Kazuki finally rest. What an eventful day for him. Now what kind of food can I possibly make? Bone marrow, really? Or first, we can butcher a rotten corpse, which we have plenty of. You know, this is kind of fun for me, seeing the little bits of flesh coming off the... Oh right, the episode. What were we doing again? Feeding Kazuki, right? Now to extract what little bit of nutrition there is, and hopefully Kazuki won't be too upset once we feed him, and hopefully we can build up some semblance of a base, instead of living like refugees. But first, I gotta build a stove. And while we still need more components for an electric stove, I don't actually have the construction skill required to make it. How annoying. So, I'll just have to make a regular fueled stove for now. Hopefully he can hang in there, although his malnutrition level is trivial. So he'll probably live. Maybe. It's kind of a coin flip with what kind of world he's on. Like, there's no animals aside from ones ridden with Scaria, or owned by traders. So it's really a matter of luck until we have a greenhouse or something. But fortunately there's some wood laying around which we can use for fuel in the meantime. Meanwhile, Kazuki seems near fully rested, but he's starving and his recreation is low. So, might as well build the old horseshoe pin, just for something to do. And as I bring back some wood, I'll queue up the meal for Kazuki. Bone marrow makes a fine dish. right? Well, maybe not, but it does make a simple meal, and that's good enough for now. And after some short work of butchering the last carcass, and prepping the so-called ingredients, we're finally cooking a nice, homemade meal. How lovely! And instead of hauling steel to some corner of the room, we'll have Kazuki build himself a nice horseshoe pin, which is probably going to be the highlight of his day. So he built it, and keeps working. We should tell him to have some fun. I mean, after he gets to eat this lovely meal I made him, and don't worry, I didn't burn it, enjoy! But anyways, finally, we can relax for a second. We all know it's needed. At last, wholesome Rimworld content. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Oh, what now? Fine, but hopefully you're not too problematic. Though that doesn't seem to be the case. In fact, maybe she's just another person getting by. So welcome. Come, make yourself at home. We have lovely sorts of things, like bones and horseshoes, for our rogue survivors who are gonna get back to work. Which for Kazuki means clearing the quarry. Why would you? What even are we researching? Trapping. That'll help. Oh, what did she get herself into? Of course, insect jelly is a thing. What the heck? How the hell is she doing that? Though she got bitten, that's fair. A plasma saw. Really? 0.1 seconds per attack. Wow. That's a little much. So she might just be able to fight off all of the bugs then. We might actually have a chance for a couple days of food, but that's only if Fabi is a badass. Oh, just think of the insect jelly we'll have. That's one down. But now she's standing on the fire. Oh no. Yeah, it was too good to be true. Of course, so long Fabia, you will be soon forgotten. By us, anyways. Although I might make an attempt to get the plasma saw. Though it'll probably burn up, along with you and your memories, but that was on you. Damn. I really would have liked that sword. Ah well, but life goes on, so let's just do what we can, and gather the rest of our findings. Yeah. You don't have to remind me, now with the bugs asleep, I'm going to make a run for it. Since the plasma saw seems like it'll help on our next raid, along with a few other things, including some lunch, and at least Kazuki has been productive in the meantime, so I'll prepare him another home-cooked meal. I just hope he likes the taste of fried insects. So Kazuki, what's crackin'? Oh, you're gonna eat the bug meat uncooked. Put that down and wait, will you? I'm almost done. And it's not like you have to hover over me either, watching every little process. But it's fine, you're my friend, that's why I haven't chased you away. So here, have your meal, you stinky human, but don't worry, I can still make a few more of those. So enjoy! However, I will have you break down some bones. Just so we can fully stock up for the days ahead. Because even though we don't have hydroponics, I do have one idea that might work. What we'll do is set up some planter boxes, made out of steel, and we'll make a room out of this little area here. Then once all of this is built, I can just throw down heat and lights with the power cells we found, that'll probably work. And maybe keep Kazuki properly fed as well. And just as I say his name, he wanders on in. What a guy. But yeah, good things are on the way. With the quarry, all of this shouldn't be too bad to build. Kazuki, what are you doing? You'll never be able to pull out that mushroom like that. Just forget about it, I'll take over. Silly pawns. I'm just trying to make some good rims and they think they can do what they want. How typical. How naive. But even though Kazuki is an idiot, I still care. I hope that one day maybe we can. What was that? Well, I was gonna say look out for each other, but now I have to look out for him. Great, what will I do? Kazuki, you're hurt. Just give up, please. I don't want to do this. Not to you. We shouldn't fight. You're my friend and I care about you. Kazuki, let me get you patched up. Things will be just. Oh, what, he's dead? Bruh, I tried. Not to hurt you. And this is what happens. You go and make me hurt you anyways. This literally wasn't my fault. All I did was try my best to feed you with what we had. It wasn't my idea to feed you bone marrow. It just happened. Same with the rotten meat from the house pets. Okay, I never meant to put you down, but that's what happened. You could have lived to be a handsome guy, a good guy, a main character, even. But now, you're just the next person's meal. Well, most likely, or should I put you up on a shelf in the freezer somewhere? Either way though, I'll have to build the freezer first, or else our chances of preserving him will rot away with his body. So rip Kazuki, I suppose. F's in chat. What else are we doing? Researching. I suppose I could get the base in order, but what does it matter at the moment? Besides, even Kazuki is frozen in the room as it is, so maybe this is just less work for me in the end. And maybe Kazuki can live again, someday. But for now I'll just clean his blood off the floor. No biggie, because that's what friends do, right? They come into your life, tell you how bad your cooking is, tell you how you sound funny, almost get you torn apart by water doggos, and finally, try to kill you. What a pal Kazuki was. I'll miss him for sure. He's just like my dad when I woke up as a robot. He said, June, honey, we can't have no robot Rim around here, so get out of my house. And I haven't looked back ever since. Lol, just kidding. He also died the same day Mom did. To the robots. Anyways. What were we researching again? The way of the samurai? No kidding. Maybe if Kazuki was a shinobi we might have had an issue, but for now sun lamps seem like a better choice. Or ceiling sun lamps, rather. I think I'll keep all my lights on the ceiling, if possible. But for today, however, I think the studio is calling it a wrap. So tell me, what you think of the episode? Was it good? Do you want me to save Kazuki, or should I bury him? Let me know down in the comments. Because although he tried to kill us, he helped us with moral support for a while, and that's what matters, right? Staying alive on the rim, it takes a lot of work, and even the dead can't always rest. You know, there is a saying here at the studio, there is no rest, no lunch, only quota, or death. So God bless America and God bless Tyne and Sylvester, for such a beautiful game.